I'll never forget that night. The sky was orange, and the smell of smoke hit before the sirens did. My neighbor Karen, the self-appointed HOA president, was standing in her driveway with her arms crossed like she owned the whole subdivision. I had been a volunteer firefighter for over 20 years. My old red pickup had an emergency kit, hoses, and a volunteer badge on the dash. When I heard the call over the scanner about a house fire on Cedar Ridge Lane, just 3 blocks away, I jumped in and headed out. But as I turned the corner, there she was. Karen's shiny SUV was parked sideways across the entrance, blocking the entire lane. She waved her clipboard like a sheriff's badge. "This is private HOA property," she snapped. "No unauthorized vehicles beyond this point." "Karen," I said, trying to stay calm, "there's a fire down the street." "Move your car before you cost someone their home," she smirked. "Then let the real firefighters handle it. HOA rules are rules." I could feel the heat in the air now. Flames were visible in the distance, and time was slipping away. Just as I reached for my phone to call dispatch, the first fire engine turned into the street. They couldn't pass either. The captain jumped out, yelling for her to move. Then came the twist. The radio cracked, and a firefighter shouted from the truck, "Structure fire 112 Cedar Ridge Lane." Karen froze. That was her address. The look on her face changed in an instant. She fumbled with her keys, tripping over her own heels trying to move the SUV. By the time the fire crew finally made it through, the flames had reached her porch. I helped unroll the hoses, directing the pressure toward the roofline. My gloves burned, my heart pounded, but we saved most of her house. When it was over, she sat on the curb, covered in soot. Shaking her head, I didn't realize, she whispered. I handed her a bottle of water. "That's the thing about rules, Karen," I said quietly. "They mean nothing if you forget what they're meant to protect people. Sometimes it takes losing control to understand what really matters. Community isn't about power or paperwork. It's about neighbors looking out for one another." Ever had an HOA moment that went too far? Share your story in the comments. I read every one. If you believe in justice, kindness, and standing your ground, subscribe and join our Porch Talk family.